I am Grand Finals champion, taking home that all or nothing $100,000, 4-1 in his most recent 5 matches. Had a bit of a stuffy, not so good start.
Bit of a start.
Bit of a.
I think it was 0-5, maybe 0-6, but then he just turned on the Jets, man. And he's like basically 12-2 if you think about it from there on out. Here's Terror, 0-4. 2 of those games were against Protoss, lost both of them, of course. And he's got that vampire arrow.
Yeah. That dark, sad arrow. Any player who's been given that arrow is definitely not wanting to accept it. All right, both players have said that they are ready in the lobby. The map is Frost. A lot of players like, Zerg players do like, but it's become, I think, a little bit more Protoss favorite these days. The Sky Toss has been more solidified once you take that third base. Anything could happen here. I don't think SOS is going to all in him, but let's see what Terror brings to the table. If he wins this game, I will dye my hair green. I promise you that. This is the SPL.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Down here in the bottom right on Frost in the green for JINAIR Green Wings, it's $$O.
And over here at the top right, the least successful player of Pro League time, it's Terror.
Yeah.
Now let's see, I mean, last time he played it looked a little bit better, but that was a long time ago. And like you said, maybe he's training in the house, maybe he's, maybe he's just powering it up. We haven't seen him in a while, so.
Look at that stat that we just had before, 13 losses in a row for prime Zergs. That's like hard to do, man.
Yeah, that actually really is.
And that's since January. 13 losses in a row. Now, Terror, he has had a lot of time here to practice. Maybe get his nerves in check. He still doesn't have much experience. We haven't seen him outside of Pro League. And the one thing he's got going for him so far is he did put the first Overlord in the correct direction.
True. And let's see what SOS has planned. Looks like he wants to go Nexus first. With the gate in the main base. Like that.
Yeah, not a bad idea. I think he feels that even if Terror tried to do some super aggressive build, he'd be pretty safe, just in general. Against a guy, not even just Terror, anyone with not a lot of experience will tend to get nervous in games like this, and you can take advantage of that, be a little bit greedier, know that they're going to have a harder time punishing it. They may not feel comfortable doing it, maybe think a little bit too much about it, stuff like that. Well, SOS is going to scout that Overlord and go in the correct direction.
Let's see if he goes double hatch before pull. He's seen the Nexus timing. He had a drone to go scout to see what the Overlord might not have seen, but now the Overlord sees that it is that Nexus timing. He is going to go double hatch before pull. A very smart response to what he's seen, right? So far, so good here for Terror. Trying to get ahead that way, and even checks for cannoning here just in case.
Yeah. Probe going to get in the main base here. Isn't going to see the spawning pool. Is going to know that that third base is coming up here. There's a spawning pool.
Yeah, now he's going to go check for the third base most likely just to make sure. Although arguably because of that spawning pool timing, like you said, he doesn't have to. He's going to do it anyways.
He was like thinking about not doing it, but then he's just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
Yeah.
Just to be clear. Maybe going to come back here now. The main base, see if gas has been taken. He knows also with that spawning pool timing, there's no queen. Yeah. We can just continue to get information and also even deny some mining here.
Well, just steal some minerals.
Yeah. Those minerals will be taken from that base forever.
Yeah. Now, I'm very curious to see what SOS follows up with here. I would not be surprised to see Stargate We've seen it a lot on this map, like you're mentioning. Could be used very aggressively with an Oracle, but most likely just Phoenixes. Excuse me. Just go for a bunch of those, harass at the third base, and take advantage of this nervous player in Terror. No tech just yet.
Yeah. It's a Sentry first. We have seen Terra make a lot of lings. He and Cassie are all about that. And maybe he just wants to have that extra Sentry energy out, plus they're helping deal with that. And also for scouts later. He's going into 2 sentries now. So maybe even we see like a sentry attack. Could be interesting.
Yeah. Terror is going to send this one Zergling out. He just scout at the northern watchtower and is going to come to the front here, see what units he can see. Sees a sentry, tries to go into the main base, isn't going to be able to get him.
Tight wall here now. The gates.
Adds 2 gases at his natural as well.
Yeah. Okay, there's the forge. So he's just playing a very safe game. Might even do a poke with some of those sentries, I suppose. I mean, they're out so early. They have so much energy. Might even just poke in the recall or something, force a bunch of units.
Yeah. Terror not getting the Zergling into the main base is going to send the Overlord now. See what he can see. He's going to send Zerglings at the front at the same time to distract and see what buildings are there to block. Sees the 2 gateways.
And also checks for the third base. So far, again, really solid play out of Terror. No mistakes so far. And goes into Lair now. There's that third base at a different location than he expects. He can go and check for that, of course, and he is.
Yeah. Overlord not there, but just going to use the Zergling. Going to be easily defended, no problem here. Going to send out Hallucinated Phoenix, having so many of these sentries. Of course, he's able to do this very easily. Going to see what if the Lair's coming up, and maybe if a Rotorn's coming down. See what kind of tech Terror's going for. He's actually sending those sentries out pretty aggressively here. Well, actually, no, he's just going to send it at the front of his third base.
Could be aggressive with them, though. 3 gates coming up. The thing is, if there's a big Ling attack, like we've seen players do in Kodes just recently, you know, it's a common way to stop a third base like this. He has so much Sentry energy to shut that down. But if there's no Ling attack, he's like, well, you know what? The other thing I can do is come over here and force you to make all those drones that you don't want to. 22. That could have been 11 drones right there. Already started right now.
And I think Terror knows this is coming, but it may just be too late. These spine crawlers are trying to get down.
Well, I think he might still hold here, but it's still a scary push. Thing is, his Ling speed isn't done yet, but it should be. Oh, he's just going to go fight here. Attacking the spine crawlers. And there go the force field. A few stalkers in the mix as well. That forward pylon likely to be picked off. Got to commit to it, though, and he doesn't. So here we go. Few additional stalkers with that range damage coming in. And those spine crawlers 2/3 done. Hallucinated Colossus here for vision and maybe a little bit of tanking. In fact, he targets that. That's not real, man. And here we go. Time warp on those queens. The spines just barely not. Will they finish? They finish. Each of them gets 1, 2, 3 for those 2 swipes off of a decent amount of hits here.
Yeah, the one pylon was killed, but there's another one very, very close here for SOS. And now he's going to get nice force field. He's going to kill another queen here.
Sentry energy is getting low, and a lot of links are coming out. And he doesn't have any recalls, actually. Okay, actually, he does just barely not have enough energy. He's getting close.
But it just looks like it's not going to be enough links. He's going to add more zealots into this mix as well. And as long as he puts those at the front, he should be just fine.
The reinforcement point is far, but it's not too far. And he still has that recall potential now. Well, I think he might actually just try to push to win it. These 3 spines are made at a different location. And they're just trying to get close, trying to participate here. Overlord may get sniped here. It looks like he's just going to go for the force fields. Now, these spines on the left side actually make a bit of a trap here. Good time warp, but that eliminates recall. Honestly, though, I don't think he's going to need to recall in this game. There's just way too many zealots here. And with pure lings, with just a few roaches to support, he just doesn't even really have the larva he needs to keep this up. Too much momentum here for SOS. And it looks like this is going to be the end. Terror just does not have enough.
Yep. More stalkers come in. He dances the units, tells Terror to get out of this game. And based on the defense, I would agree with him. It's not going to be enough. The roaches here are just popping out to die. There's the GG.
GG, SOS, and JINAIR fans screaming. And the audience going nuts.
Yeah. And unfortunately for everyone who is a Wolf fan out there, we're not going to see Wolf with green hair. Terra was not able to pull off an upset here.
Yep. Guess I got to go red or something.
Yeah.
Or like back to my natural hair color. Maybe do black again, but not green.
Not green. Well, JINAIR takes a very expected win over Prime. They do lose one game, which could come into effect. That indicator point there is very, very important with so many of these teams so close to getting those playoff spots. Could come into effect, but we'll have to see on Tuesday after